It is currently 3:56 in the morning. Behind me is Miles, the high mileage hero. The plan of attack is to drive to the Nürburgring, do a lap of the ring, and then drive all the way back in one day on one tank of diesel. 835 miles. Place your bets. So I currently have about a quarter of a tank of diesel in here. We're going to absolutely brim her. Him, even. Miles. Miles is a man.
The fuel tank in the Octavia can hold 55 litres or 14.5 gallons, although owners have reported being able to cram 60 litres in from dry, which could prove very useful for this trip.
Another click. There is literally no more to be had in that. We're going to put some more air in the tyres. Going to pump up to around 38 psi.
Before I set off, all unnecessary weight needs to be taken out of the car too, including the parcel shelf, spare wheels and an emergency kit. Then all that's left to do is to tape up the fuel filler lid and pray to the fuel economy gods that the next time I need to open it back up is at this very petrol station in around 24 hours time.
This is such a bad idea. Okay, hypermiling. Get in the hypermiling zone. Just going to ride the wave of torque. Third gear. Christ, I'm getting nervous now. Right, average MPG. Reset.
With Miles now pounding the motorway and my confidence at a solid 10 out of 10, I was sure that my colleagues Ethan and Jack and good friend Jonathan Benson were sharing my optimism.
I don't think he will do it. I think it's going to go around the French-Belgian border on the way back. That's
in theory, with a clear run, and if he can control himself on the Nürburgring, he can do it.
Jack, where do you think he's going to go?
I think he's going to make it.
You think it?
Whoa!
You've just gone for it.
I'm just going to go. Optimism. I like it.
Yeah. He has to average 72 MPG. Should we ask him? Please?
Yeah.
What are you currently doing MPG?
88.9.
Oh! 88.
What?
Yeah, I had it up to 91.5 earlier before this effective mountain ruined me.
This gradual incline.
I reckon the lorry maybe gave me an extra 1 or 2 mpg, although I do wonder if travelling at 54, 55 miles an hour is doing the car an injustice. I think it's happier at about 2,000 RPM, around 60 miles an hour. If we could find a coach somewhere, that's the dream.
And how are your spirits on those gloriously comfortable seats?
I'm really hungry and I need to go to the toilet.
After a couple of hours, we'd made it to the Channel Tunnel, which meant that I had around 40 minutes of high-tech engineering time.
I've just realised the gravity of what we're about to do, which is why I've got duct tape. For better aero, I'm going to give Miles as good a chance as possible. This is going to give me all the MPG in the world. Oh, that looks banging, mate. Just got off the Channel Tunnel. We're now in Calais. Really tired already. I'm not going to lie. I've got a stomach ache. I'm not built for being up in the morning. Anyway, stop complaining. Let's go do this. Come on, Miles. We got this.
Okay, so the distance that we have to travel total is 835 miles, which is 1,344 kilometres. So going by the Skoda's original combined mileage, that's 54 mpg. That would take us 653 miles.
Around about 180 underneath our target.
The extra urban figure is 65, which would take us 787 miles.
The indicated MPG currently 86.6, so we are 20 MPG in the black.
Wow. That is ridiculous. We need to work out how much the Nürburgring is going to affect it. That could be where this is lost.
Right, so those are some very interesting numbers. I've got to hit 70 MPG. The Miles is telling me I'm getting 86.9. Miles, would you lie to me? I don't know.
With boredom now setting in and a solid 4 hours to go until we'd get to the Nürburgring, I thought the best thing to do would be to learn a new language.
Easy learning Italian. CD1, track 1. You can listen to them and repeat.
Get on with it!
Va bene.
Va bene.
Va bene.
Va bene.
Okay.
Scarafaggio.
Make your voice rise towards the end.
Come va? Alright, Dingo, come va? It's just dawned on me how long and how stupid this is. But you know what? I will say one thing, Miles is quiet. I'm sitting on my memory foam. I haven't even done a quarter of a tank yet. I must say I'm loving life. I've got all my food, I've got chicken, I've got my Italian learning CD, I've got chocolate, bananas, I've got pasta. The only thing I don't have is a bucket to pee in.
As the miles in miles dragged on and with the sun beating down, progress quickly became uncomfortable.
It is currently 23 degrees outside, which is around 73 Fahrenheit. I would love to use aircon, can't use aircon for two reasons. One, because it's going to completely sap fuel, and two, because the aircon doesn't even work.
Nevertheless, the mission must continue, and before long our destination was in sight.
Right, so now we're on some B roads. Been driving for 6 hours and 46 minutes. I'm looking forward to the Nürburgring lap. Gonna try and set a new record for the slowest lap of the day, and also the most economical lap of the day, which I definitely will get. I mean, there's 100%. There's nothing that can go wrong.
With around 20 kilometers of winding roads and fuel-sapping hills left to go until I reached the track, my mood suddenly changed.
I've just hit slightly under half a tank. Haven't even made it to the Nürburgring yet. These hills have completely ruined it. Anyway, there's your update. Yeah, everything's looking quite bleak at the moment. Right, so after 400 miles, 7 hours, and my brain being completely frazzled, I've made it to the Nürburgring. I'm joined by Misha from Apex. He's going to be my travel guide. We're not going to be racing, Misha, okay? We're going to be hypermiling the shit out of the Nürburgring. How do you feel about that?
I like a challenge, first of all, but I think it's similar to having the fastest line, because you all know that the fastest line is the shortest line, and you need to have, well, the shortest line, and it's going to be still challenging with the faster cars out there.
Let's get tickets and let's do this.
Keep the momentum, don't brake, because braking will be followed by accelerating, and both of them cost you.
Yeah, both of them are bad. Shall I warm up the tyres?
Yes, yes. You know you're doing more resistance.
I know, yeah. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Right, we've got nothing behind us. We are still winning.
We're going past the bridge, hopefully in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't take the curbstone, because the curbstone will make the car go a bit uphill, and it will cost your, your juice of life. So let go of the throttle. Let the car just coast. Don't brake. And turning into the left curbstone tight. Don't brake. Don't use your brakes.
I'm sorry.
Don't brake. Just easy. Don't jerk your steering wheel.
I'm sorry.
That will cause too much stress on the tires and would slow the car down.
Yeah.
Slipstreaming, and don't brake. Don't brake.
I'm not braking. I'm accelerating.
Tight to the right curbstone.
Tight to the right.
And then now the left curbstone, then window in the fence, and stay on the right side, because a very fast section of the track. Whee!
Ooy, ooy, ooy.
Yeah.
His MPG must be terrible.
We're on Schwedenkreuz, which is the most dangerous section of the track, according to many people, because, yeah, it's fairly bumpy, especially where he is going on the left side. And turn left now. Good.
Look at that on the curve.
More on the left. Don't brake. Don't brake. Okay.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Good.
Beautiful. Give it a wild away.
Yeah,
loving it.
The people at other down forced. Don't brake. Don't brake. Don't brake. So second right, yeah, transitioning to the left, staying on the left, don't brake.
This is beautiful.
All good. From here on, the track goes uphill,
oh
unfortunately.
God, this is not good. How much more uphill? Because I'm not enjoying this.
More, a lot more. Because we're going to start climbing the whole act, the high 8 as well.
Can we have a hiatus from the high 8? Look at this, yeah, taking pictures of miles on the Nürburgring. Who would have thought?
Oh dude, it was serviced by Motec. The track goes really uphill now. So right curbstone, at the end of the right curbstone, turn in towards the left curbstone, don't brake, don't lift, aim for the right curbstone. At the end of the right curbstone, start steering very tight towards the left curbstone, but not too tight.
You lost me about 20 seconds ago. What kind of time do you reckon we're going to be getting with this?
A fun time.
Are we thinking like sub 13?
Difficult. Go for it.
Oh, Miles! Yeah!
Out.
Good on you, Miles. Thank you, Misha.
That's why I love my job. Every day is something new.
Does that mean we've done a lap?
Yeah, we've done a lap.
Yeah!
And it's still on half a...
Yes, we're just under half a tank now. So we've driven from the UK to the Nürburgring. I've done a lap with Misha, and now I'm going to go home.
But first, the obligatory sticker had to go on for what was, I'm guessing, the first lap that Miles has ever done here.
It's 4:20 now. I feel really grimy. I feel grotty, minging. Yeah, my armpits and that area just feels wrong. I just want to get a big hose and a sandblaster and just make it all go away.
Despite me feeling minging, the same could not be said about the Octavia.
I love this car, and I just love being able to show you guys the benefits of something like this. Super high mileage, and it is chugging along like a brand new car. Okay, the seats are really uncomfortable. I don't have aircon that works. It's ugly, but it has character.
Meanwhile, in the air-conditioned Skoda Kodiaq,
Do you think he's going to do it?
I don't know, I think he's going to do it still. Nah, the second half of the tank always goes quicker, so is he going to do it? Is he going to stay awake?
For us, it's luxury. We've got aircon, music, really nice seats.
Switching drivers as well.
Yeah. What comforts does he have? He's got, at best, the radio.
Yeah, he's got a radio and his own thoughts.
Which is like, that's not a comfort.
feeling confident that Miles would make the mammoth trip on one tank, I invited Ethan to join me for a few miles. And as you can see, he was as impressed with the Octavia as I was.
It's so hot in here.
Yeah, just relax now. Take a pew.
I came from absolute luxury, food, anything I wanted in there.
I've still got some chicken. I know what we can do together. We can learn Italian together.
I'll shut my eyes and imagine I'm in Pisa.
Alright. Who's Peter? Il bar, per favore?
With Ethan choosing sleep over learning a new language and with the fuel gauge looking okay, I decided to sub him out for John to talk tyres.
I am now joined by my good friend John Benson from Tyre Reviews. He's got a website and a YouTube channel. You get properly nerdy about tyres, don't you?
I feel like they're not very exciting things, but someone has to get excited about them, and that someone's me.
I went with the Continental Conti Eco Contact 5.
Correct.
What makes a good eco tyre?
20% of all the losses of your car are down to your tyres. They can tune a compound to absorb less energy from the road. So they tune the tyres to reduce heat build up and to like spring more of that energy back into momentum. The other thing they do quite often is remove weight from the tyre.
I noticed how light they were, first thing. And the second thing as well, the tyre wall was super thin and you could literally just flex it like that.
That's where they take a lot of the weight out the sidewall, and that does give you some drawbacks in that like a very thin soft sidewall that won't hold heat or won't generate heat generally gives you not poor handling but maybe a more spongy steering response compared to like a performance tyre. And the last way they tune the tyres is with tread pack to make sure it doesn't capture a lot of the air. It allows the air to move out of the channels. It does give you certain negative behaviours, and that's probably to do with sporty handling, but if you're going for hypermiling, you're probably not going to be doing laps around the Nürburgring, because who would be that silly?
Who would be that stupid? Yeah. The numbers don't lie. I was getting a maximum of 79 with the old tyres and the old wheels before. Tyre is actually helping
the
a lot.
pressures have helped.
Yeah, definitely pressures.
Your amazing driving style.
Thank you very much. 88 mpg for the win. We can make it home.
Woo! Maybe.
Hopefully.
A couple of hours later, the sun had disappeared and the Channel Tunnel home was in sight. On the other side, sleep deprivation was beginning to take its toll on my body.
So it's just before midnight, back in the UK, we're just off the Channel Tunnel. I'm feeling probably as good as I look. I'm really tired. Miles has now smashed through 792 miles. The fuel light came on about 15 minutes ago. Wasn't particularly worried, and now the fuel gauge seems to be accelerating its way towards zero quite quickly. Everything was going well until this point, and we're 793 miles in. We've only got another 20 to go. I'm sure we'll be fine, but just in case we're not fine, I called it. I warned you guys.
20 stressful minutes later, my fears had thankfully not come true.
Alright, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but we are about a mile away. In a car that I don't really know that well. I've only had miles for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I've taken miles on an 807. 807. I don't know how we made up 20 miles somewhere. It's absolutely insane. This car it surprises me so much. There it is. There's the Esso station where we started almost 24 hours ago. That is a sight for sore eyes. Oh God, I'm so happy to be back. This is probably the most glorious petrol station in the world right now.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Miles has just travelled from here to the Nürburgring and back to here in the space of 24 hours. 807 miles. I feel absolutely ruined, but this car is testament to a good service history, brilliant engineering, and quite a light right foot.
The only thing left to do now is to peel back the fuel lid tape, brim Miles's gullet with the good stuff, and work out exactly what MPG he's been getting.
I was indicated 85.9 MPG.
And you've done 74.27.
So this is overreading by 10 MPG.
But it did it.
Oh, what a machine. A lying machine, but what a machine. And with that, let's go to bed. Good night.
Next week, I'll show you the benefits of running an old diesel like Miles on used chip fat, including how to refine it and how well these engines run on the stuff.
I hope you guys enjoyed this epic episode of High Mileage Hero. For more episodes, click here to subscribe to Car Throttle. It's here, and don't forget to check out the Car Throttle shop right there. I'm going to bed.